is making it work better than other things, but that has been helping. Then I put a thin layer of scalp protector on my perimeter, which I've already done. The Davlin waterproof, the Davlin Black Ghost Bond XL. This is the new one. And just regular tape, any tape. So let's go ahead and get started then. The Davlin or Ultra Hold. I'm out of Ultra Hold right now. I'm going to be using the Davlin, which I've used a couple times as well. It really seems to work. And it comes with this brush. So I ditched the brush and I'm going to use a popsicle stick, and I'm just going to pour the Davlin onto the popsicle stick. And then I just put a thin layer around the front. I'm going to start with the front and then I'm going to do the back separately. And I just use the popsicle stick to just kind of smooth it down, get it in the area that I want. So take your time with it. This is sticky stuff. You don't want to get it stuck where you don't want glue stuck. I'm going to fast forward. Well, so about half this video did not even record, so I'm going to go back over it so that we have the information. And I use my roll of tape and I apply tape. You can kind of see it. I apply it right along the perimeter and then back behind my ears. I stick that on, and then immediately I take my Ghost Bond XL and I apply it again with the popsicle stick. And I apply it right over the tape, and so it's going to be kind of sticky, so you get a good amount of the Ghost Bond on your popsicle stick so that it glides a little bit better, but just don't put a ton of, or big globs. So you kind of want to work it in until you don't see any white globs anymore. And I just stuck my ear to the back of my head. Yay! So be careful of that. And you're going to let it dry for about 20 seconds. So we're going to do four layers of the Ghost Bond XL. We're going to wait about 20 to 30 seconds in between each layer. The cool thing about the Ghost Bond is that you're putting it right over the tape, which the tape tends to get really glossy and when you can get really shiny. So a lot of times if you're wearing a full lace wig with just tape, you have to put I tend to put like face powder over those areas that are visible to people so that they don't see it's very shiny, and that's kind of like, what's wrong with your head? You're very shiny and over your hairline. So I tried to do the powder. It doesn't always work. It looks kind of funny. This is going to really reduce the shine on the tape, and so you're not going to see it. Alright, so now that this is on my last layer, 4 layers, I'm going to let it dry for about 7 to 10 minutes. Again, if you are worried about the time, let it go a little longer. Flip this bad boy around and kind of start getting it somewhat where I want it to be. Alright, so I'm going to bring it down right on top of the glue, like this. Okay. So I normally get just the front portion put down where I need it to be, and then I start working on one of the sides. And I kind of pull on it a little bit, just to stretch it just a little bit so that it kind of gets in the right spot. And then I just kind of use my fingers and kind of rub / scratch into the glue, kind of pressing and moving it. Just want to kind of work the lace into the glue. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I just start pushing that in with my fingers. So I do this kind of like scratching, not scratching too much, but just kind of rubbing the lace and kind of pressing right along the perimeter. And then I take a rat tail comb and I do essentially the same thing. It's just not as abrasive to the wig. I just kind of push down and rub the the rat tail comb over the glue. Whew, it's getting warm in here. Alright, so this is the front done. Now moving on to the back. I'm just going to kind of pull it back lightly. Don't be doing anything too crazy right now. It still needs its time to set. So I'm going to gently pull it back. I'm going to take just a regular clip and just basically get it off my neck, because now I'm going to start putting the glue and the tape all in this area. Okay, so got the dabbling on. I'm going to let that dry. And then we're going to do tape. Alright, tape is on. Alright, so now I'm going to do 4 layers of the Ghost Bond XL. Okay, so we're going to let that dry for the 30 seconds, and then we're going to do 4 layers, and then I'll be back. Alright guys, so I'm back. So we're going to go ahead and put the back of the wig down. You're not going to be able to see much, but I'll show you anyway. Alright, so you've got 2